there, I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell from Helping Babies Sleep. Don't forget to hit subscribe to never miss a sleep tip about your baby's sleep by month. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 7-month-olds, which is a really interesting time. There's so much change happening. Just think, 3 months ago she was 4 months and hitting that 4-month sleep regression. So how much sleep does your 7-month-old need? So she still needs 11 to 12 hours of overnight sleep. And you still may have one feed if you're exclusively breastfeeding. Some kids are sleeping through the night completely without eating. And formula-fed kids are often sleeping 11 to 12 hours at night as their parents have shifted all of their 25 to 30 ounces in during the day. Okay. The other thing they need at this age is roughly 2 to 3 hours of daytime naps. And most 7-month-olds are still on 3 naps. But it is getting close to that 3 to 2 nap transition time, which can happen anytime around 7 to 9 months. I find on very average is closer to 8 months. On my blog, this blog post about the 3 to 2 nap transition is my most hit blog. I think it has like 80,000 hits or something crazy like that because a lot of people struggle with this nap transition. So let's talk about your 7-month-old again. So what does sleep look like at this age? Well, ideally you've done some sleep teaching and your kiddo can relax down into sleep without needing you to help. And if you haven't, check out my video called Sleep Teaching, Not Sleep Training to learn more on that. Naps at this age are starting to shift. So to get to the 2 naps, your kiddo has to be able to comfortably stay awake 3 hours between naps and then take 2 naps that are both over an hour. What I commonly see at 7 months is the first nap is 45 minutes or so. The second nap is maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then you have a third cat nap that's 30 to 40 minutes. This is very similar to a 6-month-old schedule, right? To get to that 8-month-old schedule, we need to be able to stay awake 3 hours until that first nap, which ideally is an hour and a half, and then another 3 hours to the next nap, which is an hour and a half, and then you'll have another 3 hours till bedtime, which tends to be earlier. So when you make the transition from 3 to 2 naps, your bedtime will likely creep up earlier because those awake times still dictate when your bedtime should be. One of the most common errors a lot of parents make is they have a bedtime that's based on their family dynamics after dinner, and usually it's around 8 o'clock because they think 11 hours or 12 hours will get them till 7 to 8 o'clock. But it doesn't really work that way because sleep begets sleep. If you keep kids awake too long, it's actually harder for them to fall asleep and then stay asleep. And so you want to be able to put them down for bedtime or at 7 months, roughly 2 hours and 40 minutes to 3 hours from when they woke up from their last nap. So if they woke up at 4 o'clock, that's about 6:45, 7 o'clock bedtime. And you're aiming for 11 to 12 hours overnight, so that bedtime makes sense then. You're going to be aiming for like a 6:30 to 7 o'clock wake up time with that amount of sleep. Other things that can be happening at 7 months is some kids are starting to hover on all fours, and you may wonder if there's a sleep regression at this age. So sleep regression, it always relates to progress. So your child is growing either neurologically or physically, and that distracts them from relaxing back down into sleep. It's kind of like you woke up at 5, you're really excited about that vacation you're taking to Hawaii in a day or two, and you can't relax back down into sleep. Your kiddo wakes up at 5, really excited about that new hovering on all fours or pulling up to standing that's happening and can't relax back down into sleep. Or she wakes up and she's distracted by the discomfort in her teeth and she can't relax down into sleep. Because there can be some teeth starting to come in. Teeth vary widely from child to child, but 7 months you can definitely be getting some teeth at this time. So anytime you hear sleep regression, think it's related to progress. Something is changing. It doesn't mean that my child's not capable of sleeping, but they're distracted by something physically or neurologically. So 7 months, essentially, in summary, you're looking for 11 to 12 hours of overnight sleep, 2 to 3 hours of naps, either in 3 naps or 2 naps, and a total of roughly 15 hours of overall sleep, 14 and a half, 15 hours. If you have more questions about your kiddo's sleep, please come take my baby sleep quiz. It's 6 simple questions that will ask you about your child's sleep and your sleep habits, and then you'll get a personalized response from me of a few things that you're doing great and one thing that you could maybe work on tonight. You can click that in the notes below.